Hi, I'm Shirley.
I'm Kyle.
And we're from the Healthy Lifestyles team with North Lincolnshire Council. Kyle's not got much cooking experience, so I'm going to go through this recipe step by step so you know how to cook it. And before we've started today, we've cleaned down the surface with antibacterial to make sure everything's clean, and we've washed our hands before we start cooking.
Yes.
So for this recipe, Kyle, we're going to use our pre-prepared minced beef base again that we're going to add to the pan. And we're going to make a chili con carne. So we've got quite a number of ingredients that need to go in the pan. So we'll start with the kidney beans. So this is just half a tin of kidney beans that we're going to add. Then we've got a whole tin of chopped tomatoes. And if you could just stir that together for me, please. And I'm going to start preparing some mushrooms. So I've got 100 grams of mushrooms that I'm going to prepare and chop. Okay, and if you want, you could be adding the spices to the pan. Okay. So the first one is the ground cumin. And with the measuring spoon, if you just add 2 teaspoons of the ground cumin, which will give it a nice warm flavour. And then if you add 1 teaspoon of the hot chilli powder to give it that chilli flavour to our chili con carne, thank you. And then you could grind in some pepper if you don't mind. So those spices are going to give us the flavour. We'll add the mushrooms in. And then I'm going to just chop the red pepper. So you can see I'm just slicing round the centre, making sure I don't get the seeds. So there's hardly anything left there. And then I'm just going to thinly slice. Now this red pepper, I did give it a wash before I cut it up. Always a good idea to wash your vegetables before you start using them, Kyle. Yep. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
Okay. There we go. Could you add those to the pan and give them a stir, please? So I've got the tomato puree, Kyle, and we're just going to add 2 big tablespoons for that extra flavour, along with those tins of tomatoes we added. Okay, and that's now ready to go onto the heat.
Brilliant.
Okay, so we're going to make 150 millilitres of a veggie stock cube, reduced salt. So I've popped the stock cube in. Kyle, if you could just add 150 millilitres. Perfect. And again, if you want to just stir that so it dissolves. Thanks, Kyle. So that's the vegetable stock gone into the chili con carne, and we're going to bring this to the boil now on a high heat, and then once it's brought to the boil, turn the heat down to a medium heat and then just let it simmer gently for 15 to 20 minutes and then it will be ready. And in the meantime, you can put your brown rice on, a portion of brown rice, which is approximately 75 grams, to be cooking at the same time. And then your meal will all be ready together. So the portion of rice has now been cooked, so I've drained that and popped it on a plate, and it looks like the chili con carne is ready. And just from that one portion of beef, and adding all the vegetables and the beans, we've got absolutely loads there. So best thing to do is probably serve up, and then that can go in the fridge for a meal tomorrow with maybe more rice or a jacket potato.